रियल एनालिसिस कितने मार्क्स का आता है उस पर चर्चा करते हैं। पिछली बार वाले पेपर में मैं बात करूं तो पार्ट बी में आपका एनालिसिस जो है 6 क्वेश्चन आए थे 18 मार्क्स, पार्ट सी 10 क्वेश्चन 47.5 मार्क्स, यानी कि अकेला रियल एनालिसिस जो है वो 65.5 मार्क्स का आया है आपके पेपर में। अब एग्जाम का कट ऑफ क्या था, मैं जनरल की बात कर रहा हूँ, नेट 99, जेआरएफ 110 एंड एनालिसिस 65.5, मोर देन 50%, स्टैंडिंग अलोन आउट है सबसे, है ना। इसके बाद दूसरा नंबर लीनियर का आता है, बट आज हम सिर्फ रियल की चर्चा करेंगे, कल लीनियर पे चर्चा करेंगे। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। पैटर्न ऐसा रहेगा, मैं आपको क्वेश्चन दूंगा, क्वेश्चन के बाद में मैं आपको 20-30 सेकंड दूंगा कि आप क्वेश्चन पढ़ के समझ लें और फिर साथ में ही सॉल्यूशन पे चर्चा करते हैं, ठीक है। चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 आपकी स्क्रीन पे है। अगर कुछ विजिबिलिटी में कुछ इश्यू है तो आप मुझे बता सकते हैं। ये क्वेश्चन आप सारे लोग ट्राई करें। एक सेट दे रखा है नॉर्मली एंड देन उसकी इन्फिमम की बात हो रही है। अगर आपको आंसर आप निकाल पा रहे हैं तो यू कैन गिव योर आंसर इन कमेंट सेक्शन, जैसे ही होता है तुरंत, अदरवाइज आई विल सॉल्व इट फॉर यू, ओके। हेलो आलोक, काफी दिनों बाद। आंसर 3 है, ठीक है, 3 और वैसे भी 3। अब देखो, अगर आप एग्जाम में बैठे हो तो क्वेश्चन को आपको मिनिमम एफर्ट में सोल्व करने का ट्राई करना है। इफ नाउ इफ आई एम इन द एग्जाम आई विल स्टार्ट विथ 2, क्योंकि इन्फिमम पूछ रहा है तो आप 2 से स्टार्ट करोगे, ठीक है। अच्छा, ये चीज आपको क्लियर होनी चाहिए कि ये जो भी सेट है ये एक क्लोज सेट आएगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये एक डिग्री 2 का पोलिनोमियल है, जहां जहां पॉजिटिव लेस इक्वल दिया हुआ है, तो जहां जहां पॉजिटिव रहेगा वो रूट आपको हटा देने हैं एंड यू कैन टेल, है ना। और यहां से भी, तो ये जो भी सेट है वो एक क्लोज सेट है। एनीवेज, तो इनफिमम जो होगा वो सेट के अंदर होगा, इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन। नाउ पॉजिटिव के लिए बोल रहा है ना, पॉजिटिव के सेंस में। नाउ अगर आप 2 इसमें रखोगे तो यू सी दैट यहां से अगर मैं इसमें 2 रख दे रहा हूं तो आई एम गेटिंग 4 माइनस 18 प्लस 18 विच इज नॉट एक्चुअली लेस इक्वल टू 0, राइट। सो ये तो दोनों एक साथ होने चाहिए, तो दिस इज नॉट अ मेंबर ऑफ सेट, तो इसको हम हटा देते हैं। दिस इज नॉट एलिजिबल टू बी इनफिमम, सेट के अंदर होगा, क्यों, क्लोज है। 3 को ट्राई करोगे, यहाँ पे 3 रख रहा हूँ 0 आ रहा है, यहाँ पे भी 3 रख रहा हूँ 0 आ रहा है, मेरा क्वेश्चन खत्म हुआ। मिनिमम एफर्ट 30 सेकेंड 40 सेकेंड में आप इस क्वेश्चन को करके निकल सकते हो आगे, ठीक है। करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर 3 एंड आंसर इज 3 एज वेल। इनफिमम जो है, क्योंकि 3 जो है वो सेट इसको भी सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, इसको भी सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, सो दैट्स अ करेक्ट आंसर। चलिए, ये एक एनालिसिस का इजी क्वेश्चन काउंट होगा पार्ट बी में। अगला क्वेश्चन एनालिसिस से ही थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है, बट किया जा सकता है। चलिए, मैं आपको दूंगा 30-40 सेकंड पढ़ने के लिए, देन वी विल डिस्कस इट। अंडरस्टूड। चलिए अब चर्चा करते हैं इस पर। सो व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन, पहले अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं। एक्स बी अ नॉन एम्प्टी, देखो हर एक एक चीज को ध्यान से, नॉन एम्प्टी अंडरलाइन फाइनाइट, दिमाग में क्लिक हो गया, फाइनाइट सेट की ही चर्चा हो रही है। फाइनाइट सेट, एक्स इज अ फाइनाइट सेट एंड इट इज नॉन एम्प्टी। नाउ वाई क्या दे रखा है आपको, वाई इज एफ इनवर्स 0, है ना, यानी कि एक फंक्शन है एफ और एफ इज अ रियल वैल्यूड फंक्शन ऑन एक्स, यानी कि एफ जो है अगर आप एक्स से आर पे एक फंक्शन ले रहे हो एंड देन योर सेट वाई इज एक्चुअली यहां पे जो 0 है उसका इनवर्स इमेज आप ले रहे हो, है ना। इफ दिस इज योर एक्स देन यू आर एक्चुअली लुकिंग फॉर दिस एफ इनवर्स 0, यानी कि ये जो y है इसके अंदर हर एलिमेंट, यानी कि फॉर एनी फंक्शन f, इफ यू टेक एनी फंक्शन f, f इनवर्स 0 क्या होगा, इट इज अ सबसेट ऑफ x, राइट। सो f इनवर्स 0 is contained in x for any f, राइट। यानी कि इसके अंदर जो भी एलिमेंट है आएंगे यहाँ पे y में, जैसे जैसे फंक्शन चेंज करोगे तो f इनवर्स 0 हो सकता है सेम मिले, हो सकता है नया मिले, ठीक है। यानी कि ये y जो है वो सबसेट है पावर सेट ऑफ x का, बिकॉज f इनवर्स 0 इज एन एलिमेंट ऑफ px, ओके। अब बोले y इज एन इनफाइनाइट सेट, देखो अगर ये px जो है उसका सबसेट है y, तो इफ कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ x इज इक्वल टू n विच इज गिवन बिकॉज इट इज अ फाइनाइट सेट, देन px की ज्यादा कार्डिनलिटी क्या आ जाएगी, 2 टू दी पावर n, यानी कि इस y के अंदर 2 टू दी पावर n से ज्यादा एलिमेंट कभी नहीं आएंगे, दैट इज फॉर श्योर। तो इनफाइनाइट की बात कर रहे हैं, गलत बात है, ठीक है। देयर इज अ बाइजेक्शन फ्रॉम x टू y, देखो ये गलत बात बोल रहा है ना, क्योंकि x जो है वो एक सेट है और y जो है वो उसके सबसेट्स का कलेक्शन है, तो वहां पे बाइजेक्शन मिलने की कोई गारंटी नहीं है, मोर ओवर मिलेगा ही नहीं, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि y जो है अगर आप सारे फंक्शन वेरी कर लोगे, इफ यू टेक डिफरेंट फंक्शन, तो f इनवर्स 0 अलग अलग आता रहेगा। जैसे आपने एक फंक्शन लिया जिसके अंदर सारे के सारे एलिमेंट जो है वो 0 पे मैप करा दिए, तो इस केस में f इनवर्स 0 क्या आ जाएगा, x इटसेल्फ, है ना। ऐसे कोई भी सेट उठा के आप उसको दिखा दोगे कि वो y में आ रहा है, यानी कि प्रिसाइसली यहाँ पे जो y है ना वो आपका p ऑफ x ही है, प्रिसाइसली एग्जैक्टली यही सेट है ना। तो दिस इज ट्रू एंड यू कैन इजीली डिस्कार्ड दिस ऑप्शन। अब चलो ठीक है, कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है कुछ लोगों को कि एक ही फंक्शन ले लिया, फिक्स कर लिया, स्टिल देयर इज एन इंजेक्शन एंड देयर इज अ बाइजेक्शन। x जो है वो फाइनाइट सेट है, तो इंजेक्शन एंड सरजेक्शन बोथ आर लाइक सेम थिंग, इवन ऑन टू वन बाइजेक्शन फाइनाइट सेट में अगर आपको मिल जा रहा है एक सेट से दूसरे पे, है ना, बाइजेक्शन मिल गया है तो इंजेक्शन तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, सरजेक्शन तो मिलेगा। सो 3 एक्चुअली इंप्लाइज 4, so you cannot select option 3 either way. Anyways, so precisely जो आपका सेट है ना, so we have y is equal to f inverse 0 which is containing in p of x where f is a function from x to r. So for different function we are going to get y is equal to power set of x itself, okay, because we will keep changing the functions. Yeah, good evening Ansuri, काफी दिनों बाद. Okay, let's move to the next problem, shall we? Anyone any issue in this problem? If there is any issue we can discuss. Anyone any issue? Okay, this will be the power set itself. Sequence series, every time one question, fix. Consider the following infinite series. 2 series are given. Part B again. This question will be in moderate list, not easy, not difficult, easy to moderate you can say. Now this one series, you have given 2 series and the question is convergent, divergent, and so on. So I'll give you 30 seconds to understand the question, and then we will discuss the solution. Okay. Sequence series, every time in exam there are 2 to 3 questions in exam. And not so difficult, not so easy, average. Okay, now let's just solve this problem, shall we? Anyone want to answer this? Anyone? Okay, so there is one thumb rule. जब भी आपको साइन n pi by 2 दिया हुआ है, you try to consider even and odd case once. It might help you, right? So let's look at this first one, option A. Let's see for option A. So in option A, they have given summation sin n pi by 2 whole upon square root n. That is our option A. Now let's just consider for even and odd case. Okay, so I'll pick the sequence and then discuss about it. An is equal to sin n pi upon 2. Okay, and let's just keep square root n aside, and we'll put it inside later on. Now if I pick n is even, what I'm going to get here, if n is even, then this is some 2k, so sin 2k pi upon 2 is sin k pi, which is 0. So in case of even, it is always 0. Okay, n is odd, then I get this as minus 1 to the power n, right? Sin pi by something like this, minus 1 to the power n or something. Okay, like if I put n equal to 1, then I get sin pi by 2, so something like this. And now let's just take the exact sequence, which I have square root n here, I have square root n here in the division, and I have square root n here. So my summation an is precisely summation minus 1 to the power, this 2k plus 1 upon 2k plus 1 square root, and k varies from 1 to infinite. Is this convergent or divergent? Leibniz you can easily apply. Alternating series, convergent, yes or no? Convergent or not convergent? Is there anything we are missing? We are not missing anything, right? Yeah, we are not. It's fine. There is no problem. Yes. So this must be convergent. So our option A is correct. So we can discard this now. But in each option they have given, so we have to figure out for Bn as well. We cannot just proceed further here. So let's discuss about the next option. We have log 1 plus 1 upon n square. Okay, we have summation log 1 plus 1 upon n square. Now whenever I see log 1 plus x, I have some inequalities in my mind, right? And that's what we are going to do. Okay, So the very, standard inequality I can recall regarding this is that if you take log 1 plus x, it is series of positive term though, keep in mind. Log 1 plus x, when x is in positive side, greater than 0 you can put, or greater equal to 0. Okay, so let's just take strictly greater than, because we are having strictly greater than 0. This is always less than x and greater than x upon 1 plus x. This inequality I remember. Okay, and that's exactly what we are going to use here. Okay, in my case, or in our case, x is 1 upon n square, right? So let's replace this. We get 1 upon n square upon 1 plus 1 upon n square. Okay, I mean, will this do? I think this will do, right? From the right hand side we can easily finish it off. So I mean, we don't really need this. This is also convergent, yes. So I have log 1 plus 1 upon n square is less than 1 upon n square, and then you put some here and some here and some here. So this will conclude that Bn is also convergent, like this second series is also convergent. Is it fine? I hope it is fine. So just in this question, recall, just keep this inequality. Okay, when x is positive you have this inequality. I hope it's fine. Okay, let's just move to the next question. So correct answer in this scenario is that both series are convergent. Okay, both series are convergent. And in the second case I have used comparison test. In the first one I have used Leibniz test. Try this out. You have given sequence and the question is about limit supremum precisely, nothing else. So if something is in course and the options are given like limit supremum is 1, I think I'll try to figure it out in what case I can get one. Anyways, just take like some seconds to understand the question and then we will discuss the solution. Okay. So what we are trying to do is trying to put minimum effort to solve a problem. Okay, that's considered to be the best way in exam. Okay, so let's just start solving this. Okay. So you have you have an is equal to cos minus 1 n pi by 2 plus n pi by 3, something like this, and then the question is about limit supremum. Okay, so let's solve this. Now there is one option which says that limit supremum is 1. So whatever you will look for 1 because that is the maximum possible value here. Okay, so I see 1 here, so I'll try कि क्या पता यही ऑप्शन हो जाए, नहीं होगा तो we'll do the rest of it, but पहली चीज यही करेंगे because the maximum value of cos is 1, so we will try if we can get 1 somehow. Okay, so and then precisely they are asking that you have to calculate 2n, so a2n ही निकालते हैं. So if I look for a2n, I am going to get cos Since I put n equal to 2n, so this thing is gone. I'll get 2n pi upon 2 plus I'll get 2 n pi upon 3. Okay, so I can cancel out 2 to 2 from here. So I'm getting cos, let's take LCM and see. I'm getting cos 6, and I'll get 6n pi plus 4n pi, and I am getting cos 10n pi upon 6. That is my a to n. Now what should I choose n to be so that I always get 1? What should be my n so that I will always get 1? I can put anything which cancels out 6, right? Because even multiple of n pi, cos n pi will give us 1. So I just want to cancel out this 3 here. Okay, so if I take n equal to like 3k or something, like 3 multiple of 3, so that will cancel out 3 from here, and no, like let's take 6 only. We can cancel out 6 only. Okay, so take take n equal to 6k, multiple of 6. Okay, if I take n equal to 6k, then I'll get n equal to 6k I'm getting. So I'm precisely having a12n. Okay, or like you can just keep moving with what you had before. It sucks here. Sorry. Okay, so if I put n equal to 6k, then I'll get a 2n or 6k, whatever. This is equal to 6k equal to cos of, in place of n I'm putting 6k, so I'll get 10k pi. That's it. That is equal to 1 for all k belongs to n, right? So a12k 12n is a subsequence of a2n, and a12n is conversion to 1. And what is the maximum value we can get from here? Maximum 1, and we are able to attain 1. So what will be the limit supremum of not only a2n but an as well? What is limit supremum? It should be a limit point of the sequence, and it is the largest among them. अगर आपका सीक्वेंस बाउंडेड है, सबसे बड़ा लिमिट पॉइंट ही लिमिट सुप्रीमम है. ओके, एंड क्योंकि ये 1 जो है वो बार बार अटेंड हो रहा है इनफाइनेटली मेनी टाइम्स, सो दिस मस्ट बी अ लिमिट पॉइंट, एंड दिस इज द लार्जेस्ट लिमिट पॉइंट, क्योंकि कोस की वैल्यू 1 से बड़ी हो ही नहीं सकती. सो ऑप्शन 2 इज डन. I don't even want to look at these options now. If I am in an exam, I am done. I don't want to look at these 3 options, क्योंकि मेरे पास एक्स्ट्रा टाइम नहीं है. ओके, या आई एम डूइंग. गुड इवनिंग रतुल, काफी टाइम बाद. या आई एम गुड. आई होप यू आर ऑल्सो डूइंग गुड. Let's move to the next one. Let f is from R to R differentiable function such that f and its derivative have no common zeros. दोनों एक साथ जीरो नहीं हो रहे हैं. Which one of the following statement is true? Just think for a while, then we will discuss this. Okay, so the function I think it's time we can start discussing. So the function and its derivative does not have any common zero. They both, are not zero at the same time. So let's see. I mean, do you have any function in mind? That is the first question you ask yourself when you are in exam. Like, if you can construct an example and discard some option. So the very, very easy and easy click example is identity function working. So f is this, okay, differentiable function, yes, and its derivative have no common zero. My derivative here is 1, never 0 precisely. So yeah, they do not have any common zero. So identity function satisfies the condition. F never vanishes gone, because at 0 it is 0. Okay, f has infinitely many 0 gone. F of 1 by 2 0 gone. Now imagine you are in NET JRF exam and identity function, considering identity function gives you 3 marks, and you don't attempt that question. There is something which you are missing. Now there must be a regressive proof which follows. There is a proof which will follow, and then you will be able to claim that there will be at most finitely many zeros, because the set of zeros cannot have limit point. If it does, then your function becomes 0. Okay, so that's the result actually. But in this scenario, you can just simply consider the identity function and discard other options. I hope it's fine. So the fact is that if the set of zeros, if there are infinitely many zeros, I'm just giving you some hints. If there are infinitely many zeros, then those zeros which are in close 0 1, so that set will be bounded, and the set of zeros will have a limit point. Okay, but your Rolle's theorem says that between two zeros of a function there is a zero of its derivative, differentiable function, right? Between two zeros of a differentiable function there is a zero of its derivative. Now if the set of zeros has a limit point, there are infinite, then your function has to become a 0 only, otherwise you will have a problem. Okay, because between two zeros there is a 0, and in that sense you will be able to claim that it's just 0 only. Okay, so the proof follows, but in this case you can just work out with identity function. So this question easy, very easy, because you have to score such marks in exam. You have to score such marks. आइडेंटिटी फंक्शन एग्जांपल लेके 3 नंबर मिल जा रहे हैं, ठीक है, लगा हुआ है वहां पे, सोच रहा है कौन सा रिजल्ट था, क्या अप्लाई करूं, कुछ नहीं होगा, ठीक है. ट्राई टू कंस्ट्रक्ट एग्जांपल्स एंड डिस्कार्ड ऑप्शंस. नेक्स्ट, remember what I told you just before a second. Let f be a cubic polynomial with real coefficients. Suppose that f has exactly one real root and that this root is simple. अब अभी बताया है, think of some examples, try to construct an example. Okay, which one of the following statement holds for all antiderivatives fx of fx? Cubic. जा रहे हैं ना सारे लोग पेपर देने, तो कोई ऐसा तो नहीं एग्जाम देने ही नहीं जा रहा है. Okay, let's see. Let me solve that. Okay, so I give you some seconds to just understand the question, read it and try to think of something, like start solving the problem, and then you will find the solution. F be a cubic polynomial, okay, so we have to consider degree 3 polynomial with real coefficients, fine, understood. Suppose that f has exactly one real root, so whatever your fx is, it should be something like x minus alpha, and then some polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, and it must not have any, because it has only one real root and it is not simple, it is simple, so there are no more roots in real, fine. Which of the following holds for all antiderivatives of fx? Now what is antiderivative here? So fx is actually the integration of f, indefinite integral, okay, plus c वाला ना, sin x plus c होता है ना, प्लस c 12th में जो भूल जाते थे, that. So or precisely that if you differentiate f, then you get f, okay, they are same, antiderivative. Now I can think of an example here, very easy example of the cubic polynomial which does not have, which have only simple root is, I can take this kind of 1 minus x, and I can take 1 plus x square, right? This polynomial has only one real root, which is 1, and that is also simple. Rest of the root are in the complex, omega square, precisely. Now let's look for fx, capital Fx. So okay, so this thing is something like this, right? If I solve this out, it's x cube minus 1, x cube and minus 1. So my fx is equal to x cube minus 1, and my capital Fx is equal to x to the power 4 upon 4 minus x. Yes, plus c, of course. Okay. Plus c, because it is asking for all the antiderivatives. Now you can easily see that yeah, let's consider c to be 0, because it is asking for all antiderivatives, so you can take a particular example and move forward. So you are getting x cube upon 4 minus 1, okay, this has one real root and this has one real root, so two real root, we are having two real roots. I can discard this, I can discard this, and I can discard this. Done. Easy, easy. Okay, I think we have exceeded an hour. एक प्रॉब्लम पार्ट सी का करते हैं, ठीक है, या सारे करते हैं, लेट्स सी, जहां तक चलेगा चलने देते हैं. व्हाट डू यू से? सो आई हैव 1 and 2 3 4 5 and 6 problems. Easy. Okay, easy, okay. So like 3 to 4 questions are easily doable, not very difficult, not even difficult. So 50%, and rest of the 50% is okay. Let's look at this question from part C, NET JRF, December 2023 only. Let AN be a collection of non-empty subsets of Z, non-empty collection.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Oh my god.
There is an issue with the router and Echo device. So try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. Once the
That's amazing for you. Hmm. Anyone, any hint, any idea? How do we start this? Question somewhat partition से related है, काउंटेबिलिटी का थोड़ा सा रोल है, और सिंपली मतलब सेट थ्योरी पे क्वेश्चन कहा जा सकता है। ये फर्स्ट यूनिट फर्स्ट चैप्टर सेकंड चैप्टर में जाएगा इसका कोटा। ओके, सो यू हैव union of an to be z, so z is equal to union of an, and you have an intersection am to be empty. That means all of these sets are disjoint sets. Okay, now simply partition of z. In how many ways you can partition z? That is the question. In how many ways? In many ways, so many ways. Let's look at the option. Which of the following statements are necessarily true? Necessarily, that this must be true. That an is finite for every integer. That's not necessary. An need not to be finite. We can have some infinite sets. Like I can have this kind of partition. What kind of partition? Let's write this kind of partition. Like I'll take 2 to the power n, 3 to the power n, 5 to the power n, and p to the power n, and keep going. All these sets, okay, ये सारे एक एक सेट्स हैं, and union remaining elements, ये सारे infinite set बनेंगे और ये भी infinite है. So you can have a partition such that each an is infinite. Okay, so an is finite for every n is not correct. An is finite for some, that is also not correct. This example works. An is infinite for some n greater or equal to 1. In that case, we can take all finite subsets, okay, like singletons, 1, 2, 3, something like this, and take their union. So an is infinite for some n, that is also gone. an is countable. अब z का सबसेट कभी अनकाउंटेबल थोड़ी हो सकता है, ठीक है? Any subset of z must be countable. There is no subset of z which is uncountable, so they must be countable, finite or infinite. So correct answer is option 4. ये actually लड्डू बट्टे है पेपर में. This is very easy question. Okay, you just have to read and understand it. All right, we have exceeded more than an. Let's look for some more questions. Okay, shall we? Have a look at this problem. इस बार वाला पेपर जो है वो थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट आएगा ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है. तो कट ऑफ 110-11 चली जाती है तो फिर वो थोड़ा वापस कंट्रोल में लाने की कोशिश करते हैं. ओके, चलिए अब ट्राई करते हैं. एक क्वेश्चन मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा, वो अलग से डिस्कस करेंगे. एफ एक्स माइनस एफ वाई मोड इज ग्रेटर इक्वल टू log 1 प्लस मोड एक्स माइनस वाई वाला. लाइक एकदम ऐसे फुर्सत से बनाया हुआ क्वेश्चन है. इट्स एक्चुअली लाइक स्टैंडर्ड टेक्स्ट बुक क्वेश्चन, बट गुड क्वेश्चन. एक दो क्वेश्चन और भी हैं जो अच्छे लगे मुझे, उनके बारे में चर्चा करें. लेट x बी अ रियल नंबर विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू. ना ये जनरल एप्टीट्यूड के क्वेश्चन है एक्चुअली. ये पिछला वाला, ये इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड सेट थ्योरी वेरी वेल देन दीज आर जस्ट जनरल एप्टीट्यूड. लाइक ऐसे ही कुछ पेन भी नहीं उठाना है. देयर एग्जिस्ट एन इंटीजर n ग्रेटर इक्वल टू 1, यानी कि एक नेचुरल नंबर, सच दैट x बी अ रियल नंबर, यानी कि एक रियल नंबर दे दिया आपको, एनी प्री असाइंड रियल नंबर. सो यू हैव अ रियल नंबर x. There is an integer such that n square sin 1 by n is greater than that number. अब अगर मैं n square sin 1 by n को देखूं, this is actually equal to n sin 1 by n upon 1 by n, which goes to infinite, क्योंकि ये तो 1 पे चला जाएगा. as n tend to infinite, this will take it to infinite. So limit exists infinitely. So this goes to infinite. यानी कि इसको आप जितना बड़ा करना चाहो उतना बड़ा कर सकते हो. Right? n square sin 1 by n can be as large as you please. So why not greater than any given real number? Yes. If not, then you will get this bounded, which is not true. If you have a real number such that n square sin 1 by n is less than that number, that means it is bounded for all n. Okay. So because this diverges to infinite, it will be greater for some n, it will be greater than that given real number for any given real number. This is true. No issue with this. Let's look at next one. There exists an integer n greater equal to 1 such that n cos 1 by n is greater equal to n. So if I look at second one, n cos 1 by n, and if I let n tend to infinite, I am getting again infinite. This is also a divergent sequence because cos 1 by n goes to 1. So for suitable n, we can make it as large as we please. So this is also a true statement. There is nothing to write. It's just thinking in your head. Let's look at fourth one. There exists an integer n greater equal to 2 because at 1 it is not defined. N upon log n is greater equal to n. So we have n upon log n. And now you have to use the fact that the speed of the logarithmic function, it is increasing, strictly increasing, but it is very slow than a linear function. Than n. It actually diverges to infinite. You can find it. You can use L'Hopital rule, infinite upon infinite form. Differentiate n, you get 1. Differentiate log n, you get 1 by n. So you get n, and which diverges to infinite. Okay, so this actually is again a divergent sequence. That means it can be greater than any given real number for some n. Okay, so this is also true. If not, then the sequence is bounded, which is not true. Now we are left with one option. There exists an integer n greater equal to 1 such that n into e to the power minus n is greater equal to x. Now if I look at this sequence, I have n upon e to the power n, and if you remember that e to the power n is always greater than n, this implies n upon e to the power n is always less than 1. अब अगर मैं आपको x2 दे दूं, if x equal to 2, can you make it bigger than that? It's a convergent sequence. Moreover, it is bounded. Okay, so in this case we cannot find n. If I give you x equal to 2, 1, even 1 or 3, you cannot make it bigger than that. Okay, so option 3 is gone. Our correct answers are 1, 2 and 4. So you can connect it to sequence, or you can just think of finding limit in each case. आ रहा है समझ में? Anyone, any issue? Okay. All right, I think we'll stop here for today. We'll do rest of the problem in another session, maybe tomorrow. Okay. Because there are almost like 8 questions are left, so we'll do them tomorrow in another class, and then we will move to some problem on linear algebra as well. Okay, because हमें 1 by 1 डे हम सारे के सारे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे, है ना, ऑल द PYQs. सो दैट इज ऑल फॉर टुडे. अगर आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है, क्वेरी है, you can just go to the description part of this video and can find the link of WhatsApp and Telegram channel. You can join there. अगर आपका कोई क्वेरी है तो you can easily put it there and we can discuss about it. Anyone, any question? Otherwise, we are done for today. Anyone, any question? I'll wait for like 10-15 seconds. रीमान मैपिंग थ्योरम बताएंगे? बताएंगे in another lecture. Okay. Rahul. All right then. That is all from my side for today. See you all in another lecture. लगे रहें, मेहनत करते रहें. If you have any queries, I'm there. I'll try to find out time and help you out in those scenarios. Thank you all of you. अब एग्जाम दूर नहीं.